Boris Johnson has bid the SNP Westminster leader Ian Blackford a mocking goodbye as he joked about being unsure whether he's going or I am. Speaking during Prime Minister's questions, Boris Johnson said with a wry smile on his face that he felt a real twinge of sadness knowing this could be the last time, or virtually the last time, he entertained questions from the SNP Westminster leader. Mr. Johnson then said he was proud of the Union, adding that his years as Prime Minister, during which time he has continually liaised with the Scottish Government, have proved that Scotland and England are much better together. Mr. Johnson, I feel a real twinge, Mr. Speaker, that this is virtually the last time to answer a question from Mr. Blackford. Perhaps because he's going or I am, I don't know. All I would say to him is that I think the next leader of my party will want to make sure that we do everything we can to work with the Scottish Government in the way I have been able to do. And I'm proud of what we have done to protect and secure our union. My strong view, Mr. Speaker, having listened to him very carefully over years and years now, is that we are much better together. Earlier, Mr. Blackford said, the Tory leadership contest is quickly descending into a toxic race to the right and it's clear that regardless of whoever wins that race, Scotland loses. The former Chancellor has pledged to govern like Margaret Thatcher. The current Chancellor is threatening 20% cuts to the NHS and public services. They are all trying to outdo each other on an extreme Brexit costing the economy billions. Is the real reason the Prime Minister will not endorse any of these awful candidates, because whoever becomes the next Tory leader will make Genghis Khan look like a moderate. Prior to Prime Minister's questions, the Tory MPs contending for leadership of the party were locked in a back and forth over claims rivals were trying to siphon off votes to ensure their success. Culture Secretary Nadine Dorries, a longtime loyal aide of Boris Johnson, accused Rishi Sunak of using the dark arts to promote fellow contender Jeremy Hunt into the final two run-out, since the former Chancellor's team believed they would easily beat Mr. Hunt. Transport Secretary Grant Shapps, who abandoned his own leadership bid to back Mr. Sunak, denied claims from Ms. Dorries that the campaign had engaged in dirty tricks. He said, simply, in this case it just didn't happen. Jeremy Hunt himself has said everybody on his nomination paper is somebody who is very close to his campaign. So even he has rubbished it. Mr. Shapps went on to defend Mr. Sunak's economic stance, saying he was clearly a guy who is fiscally conservative, wants to get the debt and deficit down, who wants to get the debt falling as a proportion of the overall economy. The idea that this is a socialist is clearly not true. His comments were in response to an article in the Daily Mail in which Brexit Opportunities Minister Jacob Rees-Mogg, a supporter of Liz Truss as the next Tory leader, branded Mr. Sunak's policies socialist. Mr. Sunak used a Daily Telegraph interview to claim his economic vision amounted to common-sense Thatcherism. He insisted that he would take a more responsible approach to tax cuts. In a slight to the other leadership contenders, all of which have pledged swift and sweeping tax cuts, Mr. Sunak said, "We will cut taxes and we will do it responsibly. That's my economic approach. I would describe it as common sense Thatcherism. I believe that's what she would have done."